around a lot of these guys. So I was like, a lot of these guys are such fucking scumbags who have lied and cheated their way out of whatever it might be. Just very deceiving. And I was sitting there thinking,
their way out of it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And it's just like, why the fuck am I gonna go to Australia for minimal money to help promote a guy's tour? And this guy probably doesn't even know who the fuck I am. He probably couldn't fucking care less.
Right.
And I'm gonna go over like halfway around the world. I know. It was just like this gut instinct. It was just, for some reason, I remember I was in Oakland, California, switching planes. I called my agent and said, just whatever you gotta do, take me off this tour. I don't want to be on this tour. I don't want to be associated.
Your heart wasn't in it.
Well, it wasn't that my heart wasn't in it because I love Australia. I really wanted to go.
I mean, just, in the whole.
Yeah, not with them, not with that group, because it just. Because I signed on pretty early, and then I started seeing all these other names get added to it, and I was sitting there thinking, I wonder how much these guys are getting paid. But then I started to think about it more and more, and. It just, there were red flags popping up all over the place. You know, just my instincts were telling me. And that's the same tour that was Umaga's last tour. He came back and OD'd and died, and I'm sure a lot of it had to do with, you know, the gruelingness of that trip. Because it's not an easy flight to go to Australia and come back, and you know, to go and then come right back a couple days later. It's pretty difficult.
One long, right? Was it 2 days?
But I mean, it was more so for the sake of, okay, I know Flair.
People don't understand that jet lag.
Yeah, they don't
understand that, man.
No, and especially when, you know, most of the guys, the big guy, you know, the name guys will get their first class seats and all that stuff. And that's fine. You know, I'm not a big guy. I don't need a first class seat. But I knew that Flair knew my work and appreciated it and stuff like that. But I was sitting here thinking, I'm going to attach my name to Hogan's tour, and Hogan couldn't fucking, like, if Hogan had hand selected me, that's one thing. But I mean, give me a fucking break. You know, the guy probably has no clue who I am, and I'm going to go, you know, and then I found out that he blew his hip out on the very first night, working like 4 minutes into their match.
He bankrupted that guy too, didn't he?
Oh, he had to have. He had to have. Had to. And so I don't. Not only do I not have cable to watch shitty TV wrestling, but even if I did, I wouldn't watch it. It just creates this negativity around me, because it's frustrating to watch it, because you're like, oh, these guys, it's so bad to see some of these guys are so lazy. Yet they're raping the business, and they're raping the bag.
They are raping the business all the way.
It's so bad.
Say whatever they want to say.
Oh my God.
I watched it the other night, and I'm sitting there, and I was telling Mickey, who's behind us, and I was just like, man, I said, look, I said, there's been this much time, only you've had an interview, and I said, you've had one match, and I said, you got all these guys that are getting paid, and you had 12, 15 interviews, segments where guys are getting paid on that, and all they're doing is interviews. They're not working or nothing.
Terrible. They're not even good interviews.
And all they're doing, and they're politicking, telling them the lady what she wants to hear, telling how smart she is. This to do. Meanwhile, they get paid for not having to take no bumps.
No.
Right or wrong?
No, you're right.
That's exactly what they're doing. And a lot of money. A lot of money. You're talking about, all right, do the math. 750, 650, 2 500 grand, 1 350 grand, 250 grand, 125 grand, 150 grand, 100 grand. A lot of that, right? So a lot. Your budget has more than quadrupled, 10 times more your budget, and your ratings have went way down. What does that tell you?
Yeah, it's.
Well, you were making your own. Does that mean? I mean, that's not hard to figure. Am I saying I'm crazy?
No, you're not crazy.
You know that, but they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that. But because they're over here, they're giving her segments, giving her lines in her interview to do.
I mean,
she's weighing them all around and doing. They're all working, and they're over there.
Well, she's on.
They're going. What are you doing tonight? Oh, I got 2 segments. I got 30-second segment, a minute segment.
Then I can go into the park and ride the rides at Universal Studios.
My wife can tell her how smart she is. My girlfriend can tell her how smart, how good her hair looks, and everything else. Dude, on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. Am I right or wrong? Cell phone, text.
I actually tweeted that earlier. That I probably texted.
Just put her over.
I probably
tweeted. Instead of over here saying, I can say Kevin Nash, he makes $350,000 in a year, right? That's what he makes. I can line up about 100 guys, 150 guys that love to have that spot. So you know what Tracy like to do? I go, if I had anything to do, I go, hey, you know what? Kevin, you're making that. You whip all these guys. Hey guys, y'all kick his ass. You're making this money. We think they do. They'd eat that son of a bitch, wouldn't they? Wrong or right? No, they get a break. Get a try to chance. It'd be like never will get it.
It'd be like
I'm looking at one that would. Am I wrong or right? You'd be one of them too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
a lot of guys like that.
When I've been
be piranhas on a what?
On a ham bone, man.
It would, wouldn't it?
It really
we got
would.
to get a job and want to make a living and do what we do and travel the world and get to do that, what he's already done. And he's keeping guys from doing it. And over here, Sting's making $500 grand. Kurt's making $650.
I mean, the money's going into the images. It's not going into the work rate. I mean, but
where's the buy rate on your pay-per-view? Where's the ratings? It's not there. So, in your budget, you're spending $5 million more.
In defense, I can say possibly like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle works his ass off. Yeah. He's half dead. Yeah. You know, I don't even know if his neck.
He did all the house shows up till some time ago when he just couldn't do it.
I mean, I will say, like,
Flair will do it too.
As crazy as Kurt Angle is, people think I'm crazy. That guy.
No, he's there to work.
He's a workhorse. You know what I mean? You have to be crazy to work as hard as he does. And so I feel like he's a guy who earns his money. Sadly, at the same time, though, I feel like he's a guy who we probably won't see around in the next 5 years. You know what I mean?
I hope not, but
so you know but
how many times he broke his neck?
I don't know. I think at least 2 or 3.
Won the Olympics but broke his neck.
Yeah.
Beat a guy that never been beat, never been scored on.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, unless you got taken down by Pewter, that was probably pretty embarrassing. But
he couldn't even. Right? It was real bad.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
Were you there?
On which time?
Pewter.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. I mean, you got this Olympian, and then you got this MMA amateur, and he takes him down and starts putting him in an arm hold. Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's funny to see what would have really happened, you know.
But I mean, he like nerve damage, his neck, you know, on one side down. Dude, he had no business in that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
And he's out there working, taking bumps every day. And
you're right.
Working. It ain't like he was training to do that anymore.
But he's their hardest worker, though.
But why would you put him in that position?
Yeah, they're.
Why would you make an angle out of it?
They're not bright at all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you surprised?
But yeah, I know what you mean.
But like in reference to TNA, they're paying for it. They're such fans as an organization.